We woke the big man up early. Serious business here. GM of your BC Lions, Wally Buono. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
It's exciting times. I know last week didn't necessarily go the way we wanted it, but this week, home opener. Exciting to see the Lions back on our home field. And first off, congrats on the contract extension with the Lions. You are the leader that's seen this team over, what, 11 seasons?
Well, this is my 11th season, and I've been very, very fortunate. I got to give a lot of credit to David Braley and Bob Ackles for bringing me here. It's been a tremendous 10 years, and obviously the 11th year right now is coming up, and not a good start last week in Calgary, but hopefully a lot better tomorrow night at BC Place.
The energy always great inside BC Place when people supporting the home team. But let's talk about this. I mean, to have that type of tenure, going on the 11th season, you've seen the character of our BC Lions shift over the years. Do you remember what it was like when you first took over the team, and what it's like now in terms of that leadership role for you?
Well, I think the thing that I want to talk about a little bit about is when I left Alberta, they told me that there was no football interest, west of the Rockies. And you know what? When I got here, I really sensed a total different attitude. I mean, there was a lot of interest in football. There was a lot of interest in the BC Lions. And, I think what had happened maybe over the years, that the club maybe didn't do as good enough job in giving fans something to cheer about and something to support. And, when Bob came, we developed a plan about getting back into the community, giving back to the community, working with the corporate world, making sure that, they're a part of what we're doing, and, making sure that we field always a very competitive football team that gave, the fans hope that we could win and win a championship.
Being a powerful community catalyst, we've seen that with some of the team members. But if you talk about results, 2 championship titles, 10 straight playoff appearances, you look at it, you can see success. But for you, in terms of the leadership role now, when do you walk away and just say, I'm satisfied, or do you ever?
No, I don't think you're ever satisfied. I don't think, we're made that way. Men are made to achieve and to accomplish. And, it's funny, when you win a Grey Cup, you're starting already, the next day you start planning how you're going to win another one. And, the thing that I've developed and grown over the last years is that you can be competitive in different environments. It doesn't always have to be coaching. So in the GM role, it's slightly different, but yet the victories are still good, the defeats still sting, and at the end of the day, you want to see yourself hoisting a cup.
We had Giro Simon on the show many times, and he was always very charismatic, great energy. And I always remember the press conference he spoke about with you and him, and he talked about parting ways with the team and saying that you were a father figure to him and how important that was for him as a professional athlete. How tough is that for you to see players like that go, and who do you anticipate will step up and win the hearts of fans this season?
Well, again, Giro is a special guy, and in sports you do run across those kind of guys. And not only was he a great football player, but he was a great community guy, coached minor football. Yeah, I mean, here's Giro, I need you to go do something for me at this community center. Yeah, coach, no problem, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of guys who are of his status wouldn't do that, and but Giro and I had, I believe, a special relationship, and each year at the end of the season we would talk and kind of review where we're at. But I just felt after the 2011 season that, 2012 season, that things had changed, and for me to be up front with him was the right thing. And so so we went through the whole process for a couple of months, and we came to the conclusion that G-Roy maybe best conserve his interests somewhere else, even though we were reluctant to want him to do that, because I did really want him to stay here, be a part of what we were doing, but he felt that it was maybe best to part ways.
And when you look at the roster this year, it seems like there's a youth movement with some veteran players. Who do you think is going to be the standout with that energy and with that charisma that will stand out with the fans?
Well, when you look at the young guys we brought in, the Courtney Taylors, the Nick Moores, the Manny Arsenal, last week I think they all showed up. They all showed you some things to get excited about. Obviously it looks like Manny's going to be the home run hitter, and he caught a big touchdown pass, and if he starts catching one a game, that's a lot of big plays. And he gives you, I guess, the hope to be a big play kind of guy. But, we've got some good, exciting players. We want to get Andrew Harris back on track, and one way for us to win is to start running the football a little bit better.
Well, looking forward to seeing the big plays in BC Place Thursday night. Lions taking on the Grey Cup champs, the Toronto Argos. Always good to have you on the show.
Always good to be here. I remember you tried out for me. Did I cut you or not?
I got caught first day.
No way.
I didn't take it personally,
Okay, good. I'm glad. It's just like Giro. He didn't take it personally.
I'm into cycling now. I just stay away from football altogether.
And you probably feel a whole lot better for it, don't you?
It looks good. It looks good.
And you look good, too.
All right. Thanks, partner.